Conversation 1.
Do you have any paper?
I have some, but not much.
How much do you have?
I have about 10 sheets of paper.
That is plenty. I just need 5 sheets.
Okay, here you go. Conversation 2.
Do we have any eggs?
We have some, maybe 3 eggs?
Okay. And do we have any cheese?
No, we don't have any cheese.
Ah, that's too bad. I want to make an omelet.
Well, I can go to the store and buy some.
No, that's okay. I'll just have toast.
Conversation 3.
Care for some coffee?
I would love some.
Cream or sugar?
No sugar, but I'll take some cream, please.
Oh, you know what? We don't have any cream. Is milk okay?
That's fine.
Hello, Geno's.
Hi. Can I book a table for tomorrow night, please?
How many people is it for?
4.
And what time would you like?
About 8. 8:30 maybe?
Let's see. We're pretty busy tomorrow, so I can do 7:30 or 9.
Oh. Okay then. 7:30, please.
What name is it?
Jamie.
J-A...
M-I-E.
Okay, so that's a table for 4 at 7:30 tomorrow evening.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Conversation 1.
Is your town a nice place to live?
Yes, there are many nice places in my town.
Oh, yeah? What, for example?
Well, we have many nice parks and many nice restaurants.
What about cafes? I like to study at cafes.
We have a few cafes, but they are not great. Conversation 2.
I'm going to the supermarket. What do we need?
We need some milk, some bread, and some juice.
Do we need any eggs?
No, we have a lot of eggs.
Do we need any butter?
Yes, we have a little butter, but we need more.
Do we have any apples?
We have a few apples, but we need some more, I think. Conversation 3.
Is there a gym at your school?
Yes, but it is not very good.
Oh? Why is that?
Well, there isn't much equipment.
Oh, that's too bad. My school has a nice gym.
Does it have nice equipment?
Yes, it has lots of weight machines, but not many free weights.
Sounds a lot better than my gym. Conversation 4.
Do you want to go to the movies on Friday?
I can't. I don't have much money right now.
That is okay. I can pay for you.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer, but I don't have much free time either.
Oh? Are you busy?
Yes, I have many assignments for school.
Okay. Maybe next time.
1. How many oranges do we need? 2. She drinks quite a lot of milk. 3. I'm sorry I haven't got much money. 4. My little brother doesn't eat many vegetables. 5. We need a little butter for this recipe. 6. I don't usually drink much coffee in the afternoon. 7. Can you buy a few tomatoes for the salad?
1, we've got a lot of apples. 2, we've got a few lemons. 3, we've only got a little milk. 4, we haven't got much butter. 5, we've got quite a lot of pasta. 6, that's a lot of sugar.
Which is the boy's new desk?
Mum's bought me a desk for my bedroom, Aunt Barbara.
Yes, she was looking at one online with 4 drawers. Did she get that one?
Mine's got 2 drawers on the left and 3 shelves on the right.
That's good. You've got lots of books and things. Can I go upstairs and look at it?
Sure.
What are they going to have for lunch?
Pete, would you like some pasta for lunch today?
There's some pizza left. We didn't eat it all last night.
Don't you want something different? I can make a salad if you don't want pasta.
I'm fine with the same as last night.
OK then. Lunch won't be long.
How much did the boy's football shirt cost?
Did you spend all your birthday money on your new football shirt?
Grandma gave me £35, but it was only £20.50 in the sports shop in the city centre.
That sounds expensive to me. My new t-shirt was only $11.75.
But football shirts are always more expensive than other shirts.
Oh.
How will Luciana invite her friends to her birthday party?
Luciana, are you going to email your friends to invite them to your birthday party?
Or do you think I should phone them? Then I can find out quickly if they can come or not.
You'll need a lot of time. Your sister sent her friends invitations by post. That was nice.
Your first idea is best. I'll do that.
Which is the boy's new desk?
Mum's bought me a desk for my bedroom, Aunt Barbara.
Yes. She was looking at one online with 4 drawers. Did she get that one?
Mine's got 2 drawers on the left and 3 shelves on the right.
That's good. You've got lots of books and things. Can I go upstairs and look at it?
Sure.
What are they going to have for lunch?
Pete, would you like some pasta for lunch today?
There's some pizza left. We didn't eat it all last night.
Don't you want something different? I can make a salad if you don't want pasta.
I'm fine with the same as last night.
OK then. Lunch won't be long.
How much did the boy's football shirt cost?
Did you spend all your birthday money on your new football shirt?
Grandma gave me £35, but it was only £20.50 in the sports shop in the city centre.
That sounds expensive to me. My new t-shirt was only $11.75.
But football shirts are always more expensive than other shirts.
Oh.
How will Luciana invite her friends to her birthday party?
Luciana, are you going to email your friends to invite them to your birthday party?
Or do you think I should phone them? Then I can find out quickly if they can come or not.
You'll need a lot of time. Your sister sent her friends invitations by post. That was nice.
Your first idea is best. I'll do that.
ListenAminute.com. Animals. I am a real animal lover. I'm fascinated by the whole animal kingdom. I loved animals when I was a kid. I used to read every book I could find on animals. I knew all the different animal species. The most exciting thing for me was going to the zoo. I would spend hours just watching the animals walk around, sit, or even sleep. When I was older, I went on a safari to Tanzania. I saw real wild animals in the wild. Everyone should do this once in their lives. Looking at animals in their natural habitat is a real honor. Now I'm worried about the future of many animals. Some of my favorite animals are in danger of dying out. We really need to change our lifestyle so our children can have the chance of seeing animals in the wild. ListenAminute.com. Bad habits. What are your bad habits? I think everyone has bad habits. Not everyone agrees on what bad habits are. Some smokers don't think smoking is a bad habit. Young people don't think listening to loud music on the train is a bad habit. In Japan, slurping your noodles is a sign that you enjoy your food, but making a noise while eating in England is not good. Have you ever tried to break your bad habits? I have quit smoking and have stopped leaving things laying around the house. I wish other people would stop their bad habits. I get annoyed when people are late for meetings or talk loudly on their phones in public. I also think many motorists need to think about their driving habits. Perhaps I should point out their bad habits.
These conversations are about famous people. Listen and circle each famous person's job. 1.
Hey, Lisa, are you free Thursday night? Some friends and I are going to see the new Halle Berry movie.
Oh, I didn't know she had a new one. She's so beautiful. Didn't she win a bunch of beauty pageants when she was younger?
Yeah, she did. And she's so talented, too. She's the first African-American woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
2.
Tony, how's it going?
Not bad. I've been reading about Gandhi.
Oh, yeah? He helped India become independent, right?
Right. It's interesting stuff. He inspired so many people. But did you know he started out as a lawyer?
No, I had no idea. So when did he become such an important leader in India?
Not until he was in his 40s.
That's amazing.
3.
You look tired today, Nick.
I know. I was up all night reading the new Stephen King novel.
He's the one who writes those horror stories, right?
That's right.
And haven't they made a lot of his books into movies?
Yeah, like Carrie and The Shining. They're really good, and the books are even better. And really scary, too. This new book is giving me nightmares.
4.
How's it going, Amy?
All right. I'm writing a research paper on Leonardo da Vinci, so I've been spending a lot of time in the library.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Isn't he that guy who painted the Mona Lisa?
Right. He also did a lot of other great paintings, and he was a scientist and an inventor, too.
5.
Hey, Josh, is that a Bob Marley poster?
Yeah. Do you like his music?
I sure do. He made reggae music famous all over the world. I love that song of his called No Woman, No Cry. Have you heard that one?
Yeah. I've got a great version of it on this concert video. Do you want to watch it sometime?
6.
Hey, Jen, do you know where Albert Einstein was from? I need it for this crossword puzzle I'm doing.
Well, he's from Germany originally. That's where he discovered the theory of relativity. It completely changed the study of physics.
Yeah, I know. I just thought he was American.
No, but he lived in the United States for a long time. He taught science at Princeton University.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Legendary Lives. Our subject this evening is James Dean, actor and hero for the young people of his time. Edward Murray is the author of a new biography of Dean. Good evening, Edward.
Hello, Tina.
Edward, tell us what you know about Dean's early life.
He was born in Indiana in 1931, but his parents moved to California when he was 5. He wasn't there long, though, because his mother passed away just 4 years later. Jimmy's father sent him back to Indiana after that to live with his aunt and uncle. He was pretty active there. He played baseball and basketball, rode horses, and played ice hockey. He used to ride his motorcycle all over the farmers' fields, speeding and chasing cows.
So how did he get into acting?
Well, first, he acted in school plays at his high school, where he won a drama award. He also won art and sports awards in high school, and a speech contest, too. He went to college in California, and that's when he got seriously into acting. He did modeling for advertisements and appeared in some TV shows. In 1951, he moved to New York to do more stage acting. In fact, he won an award as Most Promising Newcomer for 1954.
Well, when did the movie career really start then?
1955. His first starring role was in East of Eden. It was fabulous. James Dean became a huge success. But the movie that really made him famous was his second one, Rebel Without a Cause. That was about teenagers who felt like they didn't fit into society.
So how many more movies did he make?
Just one more. Then he died in that car crash in California in 1955. He loved driving fast. In fact, he was driving his Porsche on his way to take part in a car race when he died.
What a tragedy. He only made 3 movies. So what made him the legend he still is today?
Well, I guess his looks, his acting ability, his short life, and maybe the type of character he played in his movies. Many young people saw him as a symbol of American youth.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Legendary Lives. Our subject this evening is James Dean, actor and hero for the young people of his time. Edward Murray is the author of a new biography of Dean. Good evening, Edward.
Hello, Tina.
Edward, tell us what you know about Dean's early life.
He was born in Indiana in 1931, but his parents moved to California when he was 5. He wasn't there long, though, because his mother passed away just 4 years later. Jimmy's father sent him back to Indiana after that to live with his aunt and uncle. He was pretty active there. He played baseball and basketball, rode horses, and played ice hockey. He used to ride his motorcycle all over the farmers' fields, speeding and chasing cows.
So how did he get into acting?
Well, first, he acted in school plays at his high school, where he won a drama award. He also won art and sports awards in high school, and a speech contest, too. He went to college in California, and that's when he got seriously into acting. He did modeling for advertisements and appeared in some TV shows. In 1951, he moved to New York to do more stage acting. In fact, he won an award as Most Promising Newcomer for 1954.
Well, when did the movie career really start then?
1955. His first starring role was in East of Eden. It was fabulous. James Dean became a huge success. But the movie that really made him famous was his second one, Rebel Without a Cause. That was about teenagers who felt like they didn't fit into society.
So how many more movies did he make?
Just one more. Then he died in that car crash in California in 1955. He loved driving fast. In fact, he was driving his Porsche on his way to take part in a car race when he died.
What a tragedy. He only made 3 movies. So what made him the legend he still is today?
Well, I guess his looks, his acting ability, his short life, and maybe the type of character he played in his movies. Many young people saw him as a symbol of American youth.
Ludwig von Beethoven was a German composer and distinguished musical figure in the period between the classical and romantic eras. Born in 1770 in Bonn, Germany, he was the son of a court musician. His piano talent quickly became evident, and he gave his first public performance at the age of 8. Beethoven's father wanted to make him a child prodigy, another Mozart. Considered the greatest composer of all time, he was a noted innovator, combining vocals and instruments in a new way. Beethoven continued to compose even while losing his hearing, and some of his most important works were created during the last 10 years of his life, when he was quite unable to hear.
Nelson Mandela, the first African president of South Africa, was born in 1918. Both his elementary and high school education took place at schools run by a church. His father was an assistant to an important African chief, and as a young boy, Nelson often helped his father. While he listened to people telling the chief about their problems, Mandela decided he wanted to become a lawyer so that he could help his people with their struggle for freedom. After high school, he studied for a bachelor's degree in law. In 1942, he started his political life by joining an organization called the ANC. ANC stands for African National Congress. Over the next few years, he and other members of the organization worked hard, and the ANC became a powerful national movement. It fought against the laws of the South African government because these laws made life difficult for black people. Even though most of the country's population was black, the people who ran the government and had all of the power were white. The ANC encouraged people to resist the government in a peaceful and non-violent way. Mandela became deputy president of the ANC in 1952. He was now an important leader of black South Africans. As a lawyer, he helped poor people stay on the land where they lived, instead of being forced to move to areas where the government wanted them to live. He also fought against laws that said that black and white people could not live in the same areas or go to the same schools. During the early 1960s, the government began watching Mandela carefully, and he was soon arrested. He was sentenced to life in prison in 1964. He was not released from prison until 1990. Even while he was in prison, he inspired people in his own country and others all over the world. After he was released, Mandela continued to try to achieve the goals he had set almost 40 years earlier. In 1994, he became the first democratically elected state president of South Africa. He remained president until he retired in 1999. Today, the world remembers him as South Africa's best-known and best-loved hero. Nelson Mandela, the first African president of South Africa, was born in 1918. Both his elementary and high school education took place at schools run by a church. His father was an assistant to an important African chief, and as a young boy, Nelson often helped his father. While he listened to people telling the chief about their problems, Mandela decided he wanted to become a lawyer so that he could help his people with their struggle for freedom. After high school, he studied for a bachelor's degree in law. In 1942, he started his political life by joining an organization called the ANC. ANC stands for African National Congress. Over the next few years, he and other members of the organization worked hard, and the ANC became a powerful national movement. It fought against the laws of the South African government because these laws made life difficult for black people. Even though most of the country's population was black, the people who ran the government and had all of the power were white. The ANC encouraged people to resist the government in a peaceful and non-violent way. Mandela became deputy president of the ANC in 1952. He was now an important leader of black South Africans. As a lawyer, he helped poor people stay on the land where they lived, instead of being forced to move to areas where the government wanted them to live. He also fought against laws that said that black and white people could not live in the same areas or go to the same schools. During the early 1960s, the government began watching Mandela carefully, and he was soon arrested. He was sentenced to life in prison in 1964. He was not released from prison until 1990. Even while he was in prison, he inspired people in his own country and others all over the world. After he was released, Mandela continued to try to achieve the goals he had set almost 40 years earlier. In 1994, he became the first democratically elected state president of South Africa. He remained president until he retired in 1999. Today, the world remembers him as South Africa's best-known and best-loved hero.
Ho Chi Minh. Born 19 May 1890 and died 2 September 1969. He was 79. Also known as Uncle Ho, or simply Uncle. He was a North Vietnamese revolutionary and politician. He served as Prime Minister of North Vietnam from 1945 to 1955 and President from 1945 to 1969. Ideologically a Marxist-Leninist, he served as Chairman and First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh led the Viet Minh independence movement from 1941 onward, establishing the Communist-ruled Democratic Republic of Vietnam, North Vietnam, in 1945, and defeating the French Union in 1954 at the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, ending the First Indochina War. He was a key figure in the People's Army of Vietnam and the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War, which lasted from 1955 to 1975. North Vietnam was victorious and was reunified with the Republic of South Vietnam in 1976. Saigon, the former capital of South Vietnam, was renamed Ho Chi Minh City in his honor. Ho officially stepped down from power in 1965 due to health problems and died in 1969. Ho Chi Minh's life before he came to power in Vietnam is ambiguous. He is known to have used between 50 to 200 pseudonyms. His birth is subject to academic debate. At least 4 existing official biographies vary on names, dates, places and other hard facts, while unofficial biographies vary even more widely. Aside from being a politician, Ho was also a writer, a poet, and a journalist. He wrote several books, articles and poems in French, Chinese and Vietnamese.
Vidipedia.com is the YouTube of Wikipedia. Every topic is simply explained in a short video. If you like our video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Please also leave us a comment below and tell us what topics you want us to cover next.
So, we have Phyllis Bailey here to talk to us about fame. Her new book, Famous for 15 Minutes, is coming out on Monday. So, Phyllis, welcome. What do you think fame means to us these days?
Well, famous people are everywhere, and although we know nearly all there is to know about these people, their lives are splashed all over magazines and television, they've retained their mystery. The public are always eager to find out more about them, and this fuels the paparazzi to photograph them. It's true that there are more celebrities around than ever before, but the number of really important famous people probably hasn't changed greatly. This is because people became famous for only a short time. Andy Warhol once famously said, "In the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes." And I think there's some truth in that. One day a person is famous, and the next they are forgotten. Take, for example, contestants on reality television shows. After maybe 6 months, we never see them again. This also highlights another characteristic of fame. In the past, people became famous because of something they had done or because of their talent. Nowadays, these things aren't necessary. I personally think this is a great pity.
Is fame particularly beneficial now?
Well, let's look at the winners and losers when it comes to fame. Many people think that celebrities are the losers in this new media world, but that isn't necessarily the case. Take, for example, actors and actresses. They often complain about a lack of privacy, but privacy is possible. There are many celebrities who aren't constantly in the papers. Much as they complain, they chase the publicity and then blame it on the media. In fact, the paparazzi, who photograph the rich and famous, are often seen as figures of hate for this. They come off much worse in the end because they are so disliked by the public and celebrities. But in reality, they are making the celebrities and their managers even richer. In fact, because of the cult of fame nowadays, we can see media executives making even more money and celebrities signing multi-million-pound deals. And who pays for this? Well, all of us. Cinema and concert ticket prices have risen and DVDs cost more than ever. Merchandising makes a fortune for the famous these days, and although we are paying for it, the rewards go to only a small elite, the big players, the stars and the executives, but they miss a lot of the creative talent in the industry, like the people who write the screenplays. They are still on the same salary they were on 10 years ago. Executives certainly have a difficult job managing their clients, but they get rewarded well for doing so. I, for one, think these rewards should be more fairly spread.
How could this be done? Are you suggesting?
From famouspeoplelessons.com, a listening on Angelina Jolie. Angelina was born in LA in 1976. She loved movies and started acting classes to follow her dream of movie stardom. She was rebellious and became a punk with dyed purple hair and tattoos. Her movie career took off in 1997, and within a few years she had won an Oscar. Her 2001 role as Lara Croft in the blockbuster Tomb Raider shot her to international fame. Angelina hasn't limited her career to acting. She became involved in humanitarian work while filming in Cambodia. She is now a UN Goodwill Ambassador, visiting refugee camps in poor countries. She donates large sums of money to help the plight of underprivileged people. She has effectively used her stardom to highlight world problems. Unfortunately, Jolie's personal life has come to overshadow her other pursuits. The tabloids are obsessed with her relationships, especially the current one with Brad Pitt. The couple is now referred to not as Brad and Angelina, but as Brangelina. The media seem more caught up with what they eat and drink than the important humanitarian work Angelina continues to do. Helping other people is what truly motivates Angelina. In 2001 she said, "We cannot close ourselves off and ignore the fact that millions of people are out there suffering." In addition to acting awards, she has received wide recognition for her humanitarian work. She became the first winner of the UN's Citizen of the World Award. It seems likely more accolades will follow. Mark Zuckerberg, a listening from famouspeoplelessons.com. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984. He is the creator of the social media site Facebook. He was a star student at school, winning prizes in astronomy, maths and physics. He also excelled in classical studies. He studied psychology and computer science at Harvard University, which is where he created Facebook. His invention led to his becoming Time magazine's Person of the Year for 2010. Zuckerberg excelled in everything he did in his youth. He was captain of the school fencing team, spoke many languages, and was a highly skilled computer programmer. While other kids played computer games, he designed them. He created his first network while in high school to connect all of the companies in his father's dental surgery. He also built a media player which attracted the interest of Microsoft and AOL. Zuckerberg started at Harvard in September 2002. In his first year, he created FaceMash, a Facebook predecessor that lets students select the college's best-looking people from a selection of photos. He launched Facebook from his Harvard room in February 2004. It was the start of a roller coaster ride that would connect 500 million people worldwide and make him the world's youngest billionaire. Mark Zuckerberg is now one of the most influential people on the planet. He has dined with the President of the USA and regularly attends global economic summits and technology forums. He stated, "The thing I really care about is the mission, making the world open." In 2010, Zuckerberg signed a promise called the Giving Pledge, in which he promised to donate at least half of his life wealth to charity.
Track 35. Now, not only do we have lots of historical architecture here in the town of Tanbridge, we also have a rich variety of famous residents. Of course, everyone has heard of the famous writers Jim Harmon, Anna Collins, and Ian Cheriton, or I.H. Cheriton as he is better known, and they have all lived in our small town. In fact, Anna Collins, the celebrated romance novelist, spent all her life in this town. She lived by the town square, where there is a plaque to commemorate her. She died in 1968, and you can see her gravestone in Tunbridge Cemetery. You may know Anna from her most famous work, The Pride of Angels, which won numerous awards and for which she was a runner-up for the Herald Prize in 1950. James Harmon also lived here between 1975 and 1990. A best-selling horror writer, he got many of his themes for his haunting novels from this very town. He passed away a year after leaving Tunbridge, and although he isn't buried in the town, we do have a statue of him on the roundabout as you enter the town. Now, I.H. Cheriton has been the Poet Laureate for 3 years, and he lives in Tunbridge today. His home is the Red House by the river. Not only a poet, he has also written 10 novels that have topped the book sales charts. He always does a lot of work for local charities, and is quite a gem in this town. Lastly, another famous resident of Tunbridge is Sylvia Daniels. She grew up in Tunbridge and went to the local comprehensive here. You can see her childhood home just across the river by the post office. Now, I am sure you all know her for her latest film, Planet Dust, which has just reached #1 at the cinema box office. But she wasn't always an actress. Before she headed for Hollywood, you could have seen her waiting tables in the Dorridge restaurant here in town. She often comes back to visit, as her family all still live here. If you're lucky, you may even catch a glimpse of her. Track 36.
Welcome to the latest episode of Film Finest with me, Liz O'Donnell. The films I'll be reviewing in this episode are What Happens in the Night, the new horror film by acclaimed director Jan de Nijberg, and Happy as Larry, a new romance comedy starring Harrison Wyatt and Sonia Smith. Let's start with What Happens in the Night. Set in a convent school in the 1950s, this film tells the story of 2 boys who are haunted by apparitions of monks. The film has the feel of a comic book, as it's shot in black and white, with occasional shots of vivid color. De Nijberg, the director, said he wanted some elements to stand out, and he has used color to do it. I would say quite effectively. He claims his inspiration for the film is his own experiences growing up in 1950s Liverpool. A believer in ghosts himself, he thought he saw ghosts in his school years. Ghosts or not, this film is certainly haunting. What Happens in the Night is a film that will scare you. I wouldn't say it's the best horror film to come out this year, but it's certainly shot beautifully. And it's not hard to follow. So, unlike some recent horror films, you don't have to sit in dedicated concentration for 2 hours trying to keep up with a complex plot. An enjoyable film. I would give it 4 stars. In Happy as Larry, Sonia Smith and Harrison Wyatt play 2 people who fall in love but cannot be together because of their families. The build-up to the film has certainly been epic, with gossip about both co-stars in the papers. Rumor has it that Smith and Wyatt aren't the best of friends. In fact, on the set, they barely spoke to each other. I have to say, though, this doesn't come across in the film, and they look like a great couple. Happy as Larry is a move away from the usual films Sonia makes. She is better known for her roles in action films, but she has shown herself to be a capable comedy actress. However, I'm not sure this is the finest film to do it in. Both men and women alike can get something from this film, but the romance angle is overplayed, and the laughs are few and far between. If you want romance, this film is fine, but if you want comedy, I would recommend seeing something else. I would give it 3 stars. Now, there are some new video releases which are gonna be coming out in the next month.
Cristiano Ronaldo, a listening from famouspeoplelessons.com. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born in 1985. He is widely regarded as one of the best players in the world. The legendary Dutch genius Johan Cruyff said he's one of the best ever. Ronaldo became a soccer superstar playing for English team Manchester United, Spain's Real Madrid, and for Portugal. He plays in midfield, from where he regularly scores spectacular goals. Ronaldo started kicking a ball around when he was 3. His skill was obvious then, and by 10 years old, 2 of Portugal's top clubs wanted to sign him. He joined Sporting Lisbon and became the only player in their history to play for the under-16, under-17, under-18, B team and first team within 1 season. His skills soon attracted Europe's big teams. Manchester United decided Ronaldo was the perfect replacement for David Beckham and signed him in 2003. He set the English Premier League alight in his time there with his silky skills and helped the team win 9 trophies, including the UEFA Champions League. He also picked up the FIFA World Player of the Year award in 2008. In 2009, Ronaldo joined his boyhood heroes Real Madrid and became the most expensive footballer in history. His transfer fee was over $131 million. He broke Real's scoring record in his second season with 53 goals in all competitions. He bettered that in 2011-12, netting 60 times to help Real win Spain's La Liga. In 2012, Diego Maradona said Ronaldo was the best player on the planet.
And I'm going to share what exactly happened to me. I was 18 years old when I got married. And this thing I'm sharing for the very first time on an international level. I was 18 years old when I got married. I belonged to a very conservative family, a Baloch family, where good daughters never say no to their parents. My father wanted me to get married. And all I said was, if that makes you happy, I'll say yes. And of course, it was never a happy marriage. Just about after 2 years of getting married, about 9 years ago, I met a car accident. Somehow my husband fell asleep and the car fell in the ditch. He managed to jump out, saved himself. I'm happy for him. But I stayed inside the car and I sustained a lot of injuries. The list is a bit long. Don't get scared. I'm perfectly fine now. Radius ulna of my right arm were fractured. The wrist was fractured. Shoulder bone and collarbone were fractured. My whole rib cage got fractured. And because of the rib cage injury, lungs and liver were badly injured. I couldn't breathe. I lost urinary bowel control. That's why I have to wear the bag wherever I go. But that injury that changed me and my life completely as a person and my perception towards living my life was the spine injury. 3 vertebrae of my backbone were completely crushed and I got paralyzed for the rest of my life. So this accident took place in a far-flung area in the outskirts of a very small province, Balochistan, where there was no first aid, no hospital, no ambulance. I was in the middle of nowhere in that toppled car. Many people came to rescue. They gave me CPR. They dragged me out of the car. And while they were dragging me out, I got the complete transection of my spinal cord. And now there was this debate going on. Should we keep it here? She's going to die. Where should we go? There is no ambulance. There was this 4-wheeler Jeep standing in the corner of the street. They said, put her in the back of the Jeep and take her to the hospital, which is 3 hours away from this place. And I still remember that bumpy ride. I was all broken. They threw me at the back of the Jeep and they rushed me to the hospital. That is where I realized that my half body was fractured and half was paralyzed. I finally ended up in a hospital where I stayed for 2.5 months. I underwent multiple surgeries. Doctors have put a lot of titanium in my arm. There's a lot of titanium at my back to fix my back. That's why people in Pakistan call me the Iron Lady of Pakistan. Sometimes I wonder how easy it is for me to describe all this all over again. And somebody has rightly said that when you share your story and it doesn't make you cry, that means you have healed.
Track 38. Section 2. You will hear a talk about the Yellow Plaque Scheme in Sydney. First, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 1 to 6. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6. Thank you for coming along to the Cultural Sydney talk. I'm going to start by telling you about the Yellow Plaque Scheme, which has been running in Sydney for over 40 years and has been incredibly successful. When you're walking around the city, you'll see some buildings with a small round yellow plaque on them. If you take a closer look, you'll see the name and details of a famous person who lived in that very place. We have at present 130 plaques up in the city. The scheme has been great for tourism, but it was really started to raise awareness of the rich history of Sydney, both locally and nationally. And we think we've managed to do this. We also wanted to make people aware of the impressive list of important people who have lived in this city, and we've certainly achieved that. But that's not all. Although not part of our original aims, the scheme has also helped preserve some of the older and more important buildings in Sydney, because people now know that these buildings are a link to our past. Some of the buildings are actually over 180 years old, which for Australia is ancient. We actually think that this is where the scheme has achieved the most success, in raising the profile of our rich history. Of course, it has helped tourism, but not only that, locals also walk around looking at the plaques. It has been really wonderful in highlighting our past. Some people are quite surprised to see who has lived here. Take Errol Flynn, for example. He was married in Sydney. We are planning on putting more plaques up, and a common question is how can people nominate a figure to be put on a plaque? It's quite a simple process. Applications can be downloaded from our website. If you want to nominate someone for a plaque, you just need the person's name, where they lived, and you need 3 signatures to approve your application. Our panel then checks that all the data you've submitted is correct, and hopefully, within a year, a new plaque will be erected. But you can't nominate just anyone. A plaque can only be given to a person who is famous and has achieved something out of the ordinary, like an important politician or world record-breaking sportsman, for example. We aim to have 50 new plaques up within the next 3 years, and we have plenty of funding to do so. Our funding comes from 3 sources: the local council, community donations, and the tourist board. Whereas in the past, the tourist board put in the majority of funding, now public donations count for 65% of all total funds. In fact, our funding is so healthy now, there are plans to expand the scheme. Before you hear the rest of the talk, you will have 20 seconds to look at questions 7 to 10. Track 39. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10. At the moment, we only have yellow plaques for all the famous people, but we are aiming to produce different coloured plaques so that people can do specific walks. For example, if they are interested in famous sports personalities, they can do a tour following the red plaques, the colour we are aiming to use for these people. We are looking at introducing grey, white and green plaques as well. We are thinking of using grey plaques to signify people who have done important work within the government, and white plaques for those who have done good works in the community. Lastly, our green plaques we think will be very popular. These will be for painters and sculptors, leaving our yellow ones for writers, actors and other people of note. We do hope you enjoy looking at the plaques around the city. We have guidebooks on sale in the gift shop where you can find all the plaques. These are priced at $11.99. That is the end of section 2. In the exam, you will have half a minute to check your answers.
There is some medical news that nobody, absolutely nobody, is prepared to hear. I certainly wasn't. It was 3 years ago that I got a call in my office with the test results of a recent scan. I was 35 and finally living the life I wanted. I married my high school sweetheart and had finally gotten pregnant after years of infertility. And then suddenly we had a Zach, a perfect 1-year-old boy / dinosaur, depending on his mood. And having a Zach suited me perfectly. I had gotten the first job I applied for in academia, land of 1,000 crushed dreams. And there I was, working at my dream job with my little baby and the man I had imported from Canada. But a few months before, I'd started feeling pain in my stomach and had gone to every expert to find out why. No one could tell me. And then, out of the blue, some physician's assistant called me at work to tell me that I had stage 4 cancer and that I was going to need to come to the hospital right away. And all I could think of to say was, "But I have a son. I can't end. This world can't end. It has just begun." And then I called my husband and he rushed to find me and I said all the true things that I have known. I said, "I have loved you forever. I have loved you forever. I am so sorry. Please take care of our son." And then as I began to walk to the hospital, it crossed my mind for the first time. Oh, how ironic. I had just written a book called Blessed. I'm a historian and an expert in the idea that good things happen to good people. I research a form of Christianity nicknamed the prosperity gospel for its very bold promise that God wants you to prosper. I never considered myself a follower of the prosperity gospel. I was simply an observer. The prosperity gospel believes that God wants to reward you if you have the right kind of faith. If you're good and faithful, God will give you health and wealth and boundless happiness. Life is like a boomerang. If you're good, good things will always come back to you. Think positively, speak positively. Nothing is impossible if you believe.